For the first time in the 2022 season, the Falmouth Commodores will take on the Bourne Braves in game number 2 of a 3-game home series this week, as the Commodores are looking to snap a 4-game losing streak. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on today's edition of Opening the Door, alongside Carter Bainbridge, today's color commentator, and Trey Redfield, today's play-by-play broadcaster, Logan Soforenko. Great to have you with us. And Trey, let's jump right into things. The Falmouth Commodores entering today over the last 4 games, even though 2 of those games were 7 innings, have 6 combined runs in offense.
Yeah, when you say 6 combined runs, that probably tells you they haven't been winning a lot, right? You said it. The Commodores are on a 4-game losing streak, their longest losing streak this season. It's so important today for Falmouth to get the bats going today early, knowing what happened last night. Just 1 run scored off a solo home run from Andrew Pinckney, which is really good to see, knowing he's been struggling a little bit too, but only 3 hits as well. Logan, the last time I checked, that's not really going to win you a baseball game often.
That is the truth, and Andrew Pinckney's home run, that thing just kept on going straight away dead center field. Good to see his bat come to life. But Carter, when it comes to the Bourne Braves, this is a squad that made the postseason last year, but a little bit of a lack of familiarity with the squad.
Yeah, a lot of Bourne's better players from last year actually ended up out in Wareham. They followed manager Harvey Shapiro over there, guys like Max Anderson, who we've seen plenty of with the Gatemen. So this Bourne squad is new look, and it reflects in their record. They're under 500 right now and in 3rd place. This time last season, they had already won 11 games. So times are changing a little bit out in Bourne so far.
Well, the Falmouth Commodores got their 10th loss of the season last night, and we're talking about manager Jeff Trundy trying to get his 500th career win on Cape Cod. But Trey, like we saw yesterday with Philip Apner, technically a bullpen guy, get the start, we're going to see another bullpen guy get the start in Drew Sommers tonight.
Yeah, I feel like the more we talk about Jeff Trundy's 500th win, it's not going to happen. I feel like we got to, just stop, but I'm just playing. Either way, Drew Sommers comes out of Central Arizona, where normally he's been doing the bullpen work. But we're going to see a staff night tonight. We're going to see it tomorrow as well against Brewster. Sommers is heading to Arizona this fall, so props to him for taking advantage of the transfer portal. Sommers has been great so far, has a really good fastball, That slider always works well for him too. So we'll see how he does with those 2 pitches and however innings he'll go, probably at most 3.
And the change of roles, as one could say, Chase Jeter, who's going tomorrow at Sacred Heart, he was mainly a starter, and he said he had never come out of the bullpen until being on Cape Cod. But now, Carter, when it comes to the way the Falmouth Commodores approached last night's game, the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, before cashing all those runners in the 8th inning, had stranded 11 base runners. So how important is it to, like we said all season, to continue hitting and scoring runs throughout the entirety of the game?
Well, there's no scientific way to prove it, but if you hang around baseball long enough, you're going to hear coaches say, if we hit, everything else will come around. The Dores obviously have been struggling for runs a lot lately, just 6 in their last 4 games. And you saw the pressure get to them a little bit last night. The defense was shaky. They fell into an early hole. And the whole game, they looked like they were pressing. It took them into the middle innings to get their first hit. So the Harbor Hawks kept the pressure on last night. It's up to Sommers and the rest of the pitching staff to keep the Braves down while the bats come alive.
We saw this in the Wareham game where Grayson had a 2-1 lead, and you always figure with just a 1-run lead, that is not going to be safe. So now, Trey, when it comes to Trey's takes today, we're going to sound like broken records when it comes to getting runners and scoring and not making errors. The Falmouth Commodores have made a lot of errors these past couple of games. We saw a lot in Wareham the other night. And last night, we saw 3 from a middle infielder who had not been making that many errors. So for today, what do the Dores need to do to break the cursed number 4?
Well, it's pretty simple. How about on the defensive side? Let's go with don't make errors. The Commodores and the Braves are at the top of the CCBL in errors committed this season. It's going to come down to who makes the least amount of errors, and Falmouth needs to do that tonight. On the hitting side, it's pretty simple. Billy Beane said it in Moneyball. You may have seen that movie. Really good one, by the way. He says, get on base. Pretty simple as that. The Commodores need to draw more walks, force more full counts. It's like what I said on the field earlier this season. They may not win these battles, but you know what? The fact that you're getting up to a full count and giving yourself a chance, the Commodores need to do at least that tonight to create something. Because I'll tell you what, they're not that bad on the base pass. If they find ways to get aboard, they can play small ball to get runs. I don't care how it is. Just find a way to get on the scoreboard tonight, Falmouth.
When it comes to the Falmouth Commodores, they're looking to snap that curse number 4 tonight. little bit of a different look for the Falmouth Commodores broadcast. We're going to be having an audio-only radio broadcast just like we do on the road. You can check it out on the Falmouth Commodores YouTube channel, but you can catch myself, Trey, Redfield, and Carter Bainbridge on New England Sports Network in the top of the fourth inning, as tonight's game will be televised on Nesson, the home of the Boston Bruins and the Boston Red Sox. But for right now, that's it for us on Opening the Door, along with Trey Redfield, today's play-by-play broadcaster, and Carter Bainbridge, today's color commentator. Logan Soforenko saying so long, we'll see ya or hear ya on First Pitch.